My name is Martin Belton. I'm from Xstalls. I'm here with Maureen Murphy of eLN Learning. She's done a fantastic presentation on digital storytelling for learning. So Maureen, thank you for that. But tell us, why should we be putting storytelling into our learning?
Storytelling and learning gives a personal view on a piece of learning, going well beyond the organisational voice. It really engages the learner within the content material. They can start to see how maybe the underpinning knowledge or the behaviours that we're trying to develop through the learning material come to life. Really bringing out, actions, consequences, people seeing the impact. If they were to follow the good behaviour, the best behaviour that's advocated, what impact it could have on, say, customers, in their own performance. So it's really looking at, as I say, personalising that learner, going well beyond the click next that we're talking about today and trying to move away from.
So when should we be using storytelling in learning?
Always, Martin. There should be no instance where you can't use storytelling.
Even in compliance stuff?
Especially in compliance learning. Because there's so much compliance learning out there that's so dry, it's so policy related, where really stories can bring a policy to life. Look at those grey areas of the policy. The impact of not following that policy might have on your customers, on colleagues, like a fire safety policy showing a story about, say, someone didn't evacuate the building, what impact that had, say, on them personally, potentially a medical problem. So it's really using stories to really bring a concept, a policy to life. And as I say, it could be used in any type of learning.
Right, so that's great, but how do I actually do that? How do I put storytelling into learning?
Well, again, it depends on what role you're playing, but certainly as an instructional designer, it is having that fine tune and being able to recognise a good story when you're talking to your subject matter experts. So rather than getting your subject matter experts to help write your script, get them to tell a story, maybe even record that story from your subject matter experts. A great way for rapid e-learning development if you can get your subject matter experts to tell the story as opposed to describe it on paper, and then you have to go through the whole instructional design process. You could bring together a group of staff, run a storytelling workshop. We would do a lot of that to give them that voice of expressing and really trying to help them express what the lived experience is within that organisation. So storytelling workshops are a great way to capture a lot of tacit knowledge, giving people a voice, and they really appreciate being asked their opinion or how things work. So simple workshops where you can document that, you can record the piece of audio with some imagery, so it can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it, or sophisticated as you want to make it.
So give us some kind of idea of the impact storytelling that can have. Have you got any good examples?
I do have lots. Let's just think. Now we would do a lot of work, say, in the healthcare sector. So we recently recorded a story from a parent in the area of patient safety. Now that story is being used in actual end of shift training sessions or in lunch and learn sessions to help nurses reflect on that experience. It was really dealing with how communication skills and empathy skills within healthcare workers and the impact that has on actually patients and their families. So again, being actively used, showing stories, and it generates a discussion with the nursing organisation about how to bring this notion of person-centred care into the ward area. So it's a great practical way to start a discussion and get people to start to think about the impact that they have personally on their patients and their service users.
And so if you had one piece of advice to give to someone who wanted to incorporate stories into their learning, what would that be?
Say, get your storytelling radar, alerted, listen to what's happening, go on the ground and find out the key things, the key challenges, and try to identify a good storyteller that's authentic. Start simply asking, about what their experiences is, the challenges, how they feel in certain situations. Keeping it simple, getting the conversation going, and then over time you can become more sophisticated. But really, it's start, keep it simple.
Maureen Murphy, thank you very much. Thank you.